What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be doing my full review of the Kansept Anomaly. Let's get into it. All right, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to clean this blade off because my fingerprints are all over it. We're going to do some size comparisons for profile, and we're going to do weight to see where this one's coming in at, and then we'll go ahead and jump into my thoughts and impressions. Let's kick it off with some profile comparisons. First, we're going to go length. Here it is against the Spyderco Para 3, so very comparable to the Para 3 and a little bit smaller than the Spyderco Shaman. So I like this one. It is definitely going to be more of that compact size knife. It's going to be good for like possible pouches and things of that nature, but not quite small enough for a pouch in my opinion. Here it is against a couple of budget knives. We have the Civivi Vision FG on the table already, and then a medium comparison against the Miguron Moyarl, which I really love. This is like my 2023 budget knife of the year. Actually, since it is comparing more favorably with the medium and the smaller knives on the table today, let's check the profile so you can see how thin or thick it is, get a sense of how it might feel in hand, and definitely how it'll carry in the pocket. So very thin compared to the Moyarl. The Moyarl is a little bit more of a chunkier knife, which I like for a hand filling knife or a medium knife. And then it's going to be really close or similar to the Para 3. So hopefully that'll help you guys with the profile comparison, maybe get a sense of like how will it feel in hand, how will it carry in pocket, and then the weight on this one coming in under 3 ounces at 2.9. So what I would consider an interesting option for a lightweight and or summer carry. Let's go ahead and jump into my thoughts and impressions on the Anomaly. So you have titanium slabs here, you have a titanium pocket clip, and it does appear that these are some type of titanium hardware potentially. There's no steel liners, so let's see if the magnets pick up on anything. Not at all. So it's definitely titanium. It is pulling towards whatever steel is underneath of that. It doesn't want to directly suction when you get close, and I'm not doing a good job of demonstrating that here, to these. So these are definitely all titanium. I want to refrain from hitting this because the ano on here, because it is a pass around from Lefty's group, and I'm trying to catch the lighting here. You might be able to see some of the snail trails on here from where it's been in the pass round and the ano, and that happens with anodizing depending on how it's done. This has more of the chalky finish to it, so they probably didn't do anything to polish it and then anodized it. And I have found like when you do that, that's the one that's most susceptible to being able to see when you get these types of snail trails. But what I do like about the chalkiness on this one is it does make it feel like it has a little bit of extra texture for grip, which I appreciate for the smaller knife, because this is 3.5 fingers, 3 3/4. It's close. You could say in between 3.5 and 3 3/4, but I'm going to say 3 3/4. So it's got a nice amount of real estate for purchase for a smaller knife, for one that you can fit pocket carry or that you can throw into the pouch. And actually, you know what? I'm going to grab the black one because the earbuds are down on my desk downstairs because I was listening to music the other day. Let's remove the Tatcom chunk. Stubby, I said chunk, the stubby, and let's check. I think this is going to be a good contender. Yeah, I mean it maxes out in a Wutta slide, but a good option for a pouch knife if you like to have multiple tools and you're really into the EDC pouches. It's going to be a good option. Maybe not as good as the Tatcom stubby is there, and that's the SOG Power Pint if you're kind of wondering like what else was in here with it, but it's a good option for the Wutta slide. I love these pouches because they, work best for me with everything that I like to carry. I'd carry them a lot more in the winters, just not quite as much in the summer because in the summer I really peel back my EDC. Now the action on here, it's got a really crisp detent, and I do wish there was a little bit of jimping on this flipper tab. It's very smooth, but I feel like this is probably one that's better for the push it really pops and flies out of there. I mean, the detent is really well tuned. I like it a lot. The access to the lock bar is a little bit tighter, but it is a smaller knife. It's still accessible, and I love that the flipper tab kind of stops it, and it just glides home. It's not a guillotine. It is a smaller knife, but it does glide close, and I like it a lot, and it is comfortable. Like, there's no hot spots. The pocket clip doesn't really eat into the hand at all. You almost can't even feel that it's there. The pocket clip, damn, I left my little pocket organizer downstairs, and I don't have the other one up here, but the pocket clip has the perfect amount of nose here to go up, and it is very tight because it is a shorter clip, so the retention on it is good. It stays in the pocket. Steel bear ceramic bearings. I said steel bearings. Have mercy. Ceramic bearings, smooth action. Like, it is smooth. If you don't mind that it's a flipper only and you like something a little bit smaller, this is really nice. The factory edge before I cut the cardboard was really good. This one is definitely more slicey than the Integra that I did the other day. Yeah, so it's starting a little bit of tear. It's not awful, and it doesn't have, it's got a flat spot as I went into the choil. I totally felt it kind of bend into it. What I was saying is, it is starting to tear a little bit, and because it is smaller, does it have a little bit of chip? We'll do a quick strop so you can see how quick the S35VN can be honed. But it has a really thin stock. The blade, it has a tall flat grind to it, so it feels nice going through the materials. Sorry, I'm like contorted here, and I really like that about this knife, that even though it is small, it actually is quite a good performer. And you know what I didn't do? Let's finish this up. All right, so we just did really well. I wouldn't say quick because I had to skip ahead. Just 15 little strops on each side of this, and then I do need to look up the price. So yeah, whatever was catching on it, and what happens there towards the end, which is what I wanted to mention on here. When you get kind of towards the end on a paper cut demonstration, which only just shows what kind of factory edge it is. It doesn't tell you how it's going to move through the material, which is why I wanted to mention it. It's a very thin stock. And just to compare, and then we'll pull up the price, because I'm blanking. I want to say it was like 150, I think. So I'll pull it up and double check that. Live, so my future editor doesn't have to do it, but it has a nice thin stock. Now, it starts out thinner than it does on the Para 3. Now, the Para 3 gets way more acute out towards the tip, of course, but it has a nice tall flat grind on it for the size, and it moves through the material very nicely, which I liked. And let me just really quick pull up the Anomaly, because I think this one's a little bit more affordable. So 160 for this one. So I was a little bit off. 160, and that's strange. That is strange. So this one here, oh, okay, I see what it is. So the drop point, it does not have a fuller in it, but the Tonto version of this has a fuller in it. So I don't know if that would make it. I'm trying to judge from the picture. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Where the fuller is on it, the fuller looks like it runs right above the Kansept logo on. And I don't think that, yeah, you wouldn't be able to get to it. So that fuller just is for aesthetics on the Tonto version. You see where I was struggling with that? I think a little bit of jimping would make this nicer for the light switch, but again, it has a flat spot on the top, and I think like that little push, it is so snappy, guys. I can't express how much I like this for the small knife. I was just really surprised by it. While I'm here, you have this one, which has the all blue ano and the S35VN. They have a all blacked out black wash version with gold titanium, which looks really nice. And then they have a bronzed titanium with the satin blade as well. And then those colorways are exactly the same for those Tonto variants. And it is a little bit different for the Tonto because it does have the little fuller that runs like half the length of the blade, and then the logo's right below it. $160, S35VN and all titanium. I really like it. I would say my alternative recommendations are going to be the lightweight Para 3. That's going to be around $140, $145 for this S90 variant. They're still out there. I can't believe there's still out there. It does have the mint scales, but you can see like the applied weapon tech scales, which are usually like 60 to 80 bucks. Replaces everything on the knife, including where the mounting points are, and you're just converting over all of the hardware, and it just completely transforms the knife. USA option, very competitive price, and you can stage or stagger rather your expense on there if you want to upgrade the scales. If you can't afford 140, I do continue to love the Moral 14C28N G10 steel liners, titanium pocket clip, reversible, fantastic geometry, cuts, slices. So it was so easy to put an edge on the other one that I had. I did switch out to this one because I think the static wash on here, which I don't know how well it translates to camera, but it's a beautiful job, and it's just a fantastic knife for 50 bucks. Like, it still blows my mind. I like this one. Let me know what you think about the Anomaly down in the comments below. Are you into it? Are you feeling it? Is it really not your style? I'd love to hear that stuff from you guys and what you think, and the comments help the channel, to be honest. Links are down below if you want to get this one or check out any other knives. Those links, when you use them to go shopping at your favorite retailer or location, help the channel. I can't emphasize that enough. It allows me to be able to pick up knives for review and also to do giveaway back to the community. Shout out, thanks to everyone out there for tuning in, watching, liking, and commenting. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.